Stories are hope. Stories are encouragement. Stories are moral lessons. And there is an art of storytelling.
True.
A person came or saw and he went away. There's no story. The same thing can be told in a story if you have that art. It is one's nature what you call simple. It is one's nature what you call happy. So we can't judge from somebody's, oh, they are not simple and these people are simple. I tell truth and truth alone in a simple form. And everyone likes truth. Hi, Namaste. I'm Sudha Murty. You are watching me on ETimes.
Welcome, ma'am, to Times of India.
Namaste.
Very excited to have you. You know, we as kids have always seen, not just seen, now reading also, grown up watching you. So now the next generation, you know, who are 3 years, 4 years, very excited. They're always glued on their screen. So now, you know, looking forward for them to watch and be hooked to the YouTube channel. So how did this entire idea came to your mind?
Well, within last 10 years, I wrote 3 books for children. Grandma's Bags of Stories, Grandparents' Bags of Stories, and Magic Drum. And they were quite popular. And my daughter-in-law, Aparna Krishnan, said, why can't we make it to a cartoon? I said, beta, this is not my cup of tea. Okay, writing is my cup of tea. How you make it, why you want to do it, that's all you should find out, research, and then you come back. And so she came back and I told her, I will give my stories to you. You make it whatever way animation you do. So the entire thing this animation, what you are going to see is Aparna's baby.
Wow,
okay?
Nice.
Here is Aparna.
Hi,
and it is her
Aparna.
first baby. The second baby is going to come in 15 days.
Oh, nice. So lovely.
So you can ask her all the questions.
Yes, definitely. I would love to know from her, ma'am. I would also love to know from you that storytelling is something which impacts kids a lot in a very impressionable age. So, with this medium, how do you see today's kids? You know, not just learning about ethics and all, but also developing a sense of empathy in them. It is very important in today's world. So, how do you feel that storytelling will be instrumental?
Because time immemorial, from the thousands of years, it is the stories which are kept gluing everybody's childhood to the adults.
True.
Okay? Stories are hope. Stories are encouragement. Stories are moral lessons. And there is an art of storytelling.
True.
A person came or saw and he went away. There is no story. The same thing can be told in a story if you have that art. And if you, that's the reason there is the Isopa's stories, Tenali Ramakrishna stories, there's Akbar Bilbar stories. Every country has stories.
Stories, true.
Because stories is it's never ending. Stories are ever enchanting. Stories are part of growing up in the childhood.
Yeah.
So writing story and conveying our message to children is one of the most important methodology of teaching, I believe, including Panchatantra, which always teaches through stories.
True.
I wrote stories for that.
So nice. And you know, in today's world where kids are on their phone and digital world, it's difficult for parents also to keep them away from screen. And at times what they watch is also very important. So what is that one, we have seen a lot of parenting advices coming from you, but what is that one thing you would like to tell?
Which makes them interesting, they will glue to that. Make your studies, make your values interesting. And they are in the form of stories.
You know, one of my favorite movies is Bawarji of Rajesh Khannaji's, and one of the dialogue that, you know, impressed me a lot even as a child was that it's so simple to be happy but so difficult to be simple. And as I said, I have, you know, grown up watching you. I've seen you both happy and simple. So how do you balance that?
Because that is my way of living. It is not that I want to be happy so I have to be simple. I'm always like this. And I'm always happy in that circumstance. So it is one's nature what you call simple. It is one's nature what you call happy. Okay. For some people, this wearing something nice is simple. For something it is not simple. So it is left to them. So we can't judge from somebody's, oh, they are not simple and these people are simple. Okay. That is, everybody has their own method of being simple and being happy. For me, this is simple and this is happy.
And initially you said that YouTube is not my cup of tea or something like that, but I know people, like my father follows you, I follow you, I know kids who are following you. So what keeps you so relevant and so connected with all the generations?
Because I tell truth and truth alone in a simple form. And everyone likes truth. Okay? And a very simple form. And that's when parents want their children should see my show or my book. Okay? Read my book. Elders read so that they can tell children that one.
True.
And others, like your father's age people, can relate it to them. My experiences.
True, true. And again, just shifting back to YouTube, books. I have read your books. So from books, I will also definitely watch YouTube. So how do you see that change in generations, from print to YouTube to digital?
That happens. The change is constant in life. People used to write on Burjo Patra, then came paper. Paper to now, it's a digital. Before that, they used to write on stone,
Correct.
Shila Shasana. So, change is part of life. Accept the change and then learn new things.
True. True. And last thing to ask you, ma'am, is this lot of things happen on the internet. People speak about spirituality. They're going back to roots. They're following traditions which enhancing their lifestyle. While our country is growing, while we are on a global platform. So how do you see that over the years, the growth of our country?
I don't get into such things. I'm a simple author. I work with poorest of the poor people, philanthropy. And I look at my experience. I talk to other people, talk to children, write my books. I'm a very simple person in that way. See what the country feels and etc. are difficult for me to predict. I'm not a policy maker. I'm not a policy changer. I'm a person of for the common person. So anything which related to that, I will be able to answer.
Thank you so much, ma'am. It was a great conversation. Thank you so much.
Thank you.